Okay, so welcome back, boys and girls. As promised last time, I thought we'd talk about the hillbillies go to Helsinki. Now, when we left the U.S., just very shortly before, we put our cars, my car was in a container with our household goods, Belinda's car shipped separately. We had been in Finland for about 2 months when we were finally notified our cars had arrived and cleared customs. Only catch there was we had to go to Helsinki and get them. So we planned ahead. We decided that it wouldn't be a good idea to drive the mighty Punto to Helsinki to pick up 2 cars, because then we'd have 3 cars and 2 people. So we decided we'd take the train. Now, that was no problem. We went online, booked our tickets, were assigned our seats, and when the morning arrived, we drove the mighty Punto to the train station in Kokemäki. Train arrived promptly on time. When we boarded, there were 3 of us: Belinda, myself, and Sophie. Now, Sophie is my service dog. Sophie has one purpose in life when she has her vest on, and that is to take care of her daddy. So Sophie has traveled on trains, planes, and automobiles. No problem. When we arrived in the car, we gave the young lady our tickets, showed her our tickets, to be directed to our seat. And she didn't really seem to mind where we sat, so we found a seat. The train trip progressed, no problems. Belinda at the window, me on the aisle, Sophie at my feet. About 3/4 of the way through the trip, I'm thinking maybe around Tampere, a couple of fellows boarded the train, and one of them seemed to be rather upset. Seems we were in his assigned seat. Now, we're not talking about a packed train. There were ample other seats in the exact same compartment we were riding in, but the fellow just seemed upset about it. The fellow was with him, tried to explain, well, there are many other seats, but no, he bought that seat and he wanted that seat. So we relocated to another car, continued our trip on to Helsinki. When we arrived at the train station, not having any idea where the warehouse was to pick our cars up, we had taken the train to the main station downtown. We went outside, finally found a place, hailed a taxi, and back north we went. To probably not far from a station we had passed through already, but that's okay. We've been lost before, never out of gas. Alright, we went on, we got to the warehouse. It was a rather large warehouse, and we found our way through it to a small office where they made sure we were who we were and who we said we were. Check of passports, IDs, documents, and finally we went outside and picked up our cars. Now, my car has onboard GPS, but did not have Nordic maps. So the logical thing seemed to be to follow Belinda in her car, because she had GPS on her phone. I can say I think Helsinki is a very well thought out and very well laid out city. I've been to New York, Los Angeles, Houston, Dallas, Chicago, and Helsinki struck me as one of the best laid out cities I've seen for driving. There's inner ring, there's outer ring, there's connectors. No big deal. So we were on our way. Well, imagine our surprise. Just as we started on our way, having been here 2 months and still seen virtually no snow, that a snowstorm hit just as we were leaving. So we made it through. We got to the inner ring, we got to the outer ring, we got to 2. What could go wrong? Well, when we loaded Belinda's car, the stipulation for loading it was that the license plate must be removed. When we loaded my car, nobody cared. So we were now 2 Americans leaving Helsinki in 2 different cars, one with no license plates and one with a Tennessee tag. Onward and upward we went. And I'm following Belinda. Bearing in mind I speak no Finnish, understand at that time no Finnish. So what could be the worst that could happen? Well, as we're going through the snowstorm, there I see, on the side of the road, poliisi. You can imagine things cinched up a bit with the vision in my mind of Belinda barreling forward ahead of me and me getting stopped in a car with Tennessee license plates in Finland. But we were lucky. Maybe the snowstorm helped. So we thought we'd gotten past that obstacle. But no, we passed another poliisi sitting on the side of the road. And again we were spared. On to Kokemäki we came. And that was our trip to Helsinki.